That is how I feel about some chocolate, also cake, or chocolate cake that I come across. I'm just dying inside to hold it and put it in my mouth.
Yeah. As you should, rightfully so.
Right?
Yeah.
Good morning. It is the Brightside, and you know where we stand with chocolate cake. But also...
hand it over and no one gets hurt.
She better lah, right? I just keep my money and then I can buy more chocolate cakes. So
Yes.
I'll give you the chocolate.
Yay.
All right. So that's where we stand. Good.
Oh dear.
We put Shireena, our guest, in her place now.
But yes, so we're very excited to have in our studio our special studio guest for today.
Yes, I'm delighted to say a very good friend of mine, Shireena Manchharam. She's a life and maternity coach, happiness as well. She's had a practice for over 15 years and she's the founder of Getting to Happy, which is a movement to inspire our communities to live happier and healthier lives. Shireena.
Thanks for having
So
me,
good
guys.
to have you here with us.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Ooh.
Shireena, you do know that when we get into Facebook Live later, we're going to be asking you about all the dirty secrets about Shehzad. You know, because you've known him for a number of years, right?
I have. You can fire away. I'm
Oh,
ready.
man. Moving.
Let's start with that.
I thought we're just about being happy today, getting to happy.
I think it will make me happy. It'll make you very happy, but it'll make us very happy.
So, okay, listen, moving away from that, Shireena, listen, why don't you tell everyone about yourself and how you got to happy?
Sure. So I started my life coaching practice in 2008, and it was, working with clients, different kind of clients, corporate to individuals, and then in 2020, remember that thing called COVID?
Sadly, yes.
It brought up
That little inconvenience.
Yeah,
yes.
that little blip in our lives, yes. It brought about, when I was talking to my clients, I realized that no matter what I was talking about, in a corporate setting, everyone just wanted to be happy. And they wouldn't get to anywhere unless they were happy first. And, people kept saying, I'm only going to be happy once COVID ends, or I'll only be happy when... if it was outside of COVID, when I land my dream job or, when they get something outside validation. So I thought, well, all the things that I do as a mom at home and things that I tell my other clients, I need to put them into some kind of reminder that happiness is within your control. And it's not the really complicated, difficult things that you got to do. They're all really simple, like taking a walk, going outside for fresh air, practicing gratitude, etc. So that's kind of how Getting to Happy was formed.
Interesting, because that's something I remind myself to do every day. I got to schedule happy stuff. Because if not, life gets ahead of you and then you're like, oh, I'm kind of like sad. But actually, you need to schedule and make time for those activities that do make you happy, like, say, walking your dog, cuddling something.
And it takes effort, right?
Yeah.
Like some people look at others and they go, oh my God, they're so happy and I'm so unhappy. It's so unfair.
It's like it's default, but it's not.
It's not. It takes effort. Like, there are things that you got to do every day to make yourself feel better. It's not based on anyone else. If you don't go outside and, get exercise, or if you don't eat healthy, or if you don't sleep, like people tell me all the time, I just can't go to bed at night and, I'm tired all day.
Yep,
Hi, Shez. Yeah,
guilty.
you.
Yeah.
Well, if you turn off Netflix at 3 a.m, then, maybe that's so you can do it. It's in your control. Turn it off.
Yeah.
But
I
what
like
if
that.
watching that Netflix
Makes you happy?
Yeah, but then you can't wake up in the morning
that's
and
true.
go,
No,
oh my
I know
God,
when's
I'm so
going
tired,
on.
right?
No, the right thing to do is not to watch it at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. I got it.
Do it within a 24-hour period. Yeah. So what is the Getting to Happy movement all about?
Well, I really just wanted, because I talk to young people too, I was so sad that people didn't realize that it was in your control. So the movement was to realize that there are so many things, all science-based, that you can do on a daily basis. So Getting to Happy is 31 ideas and tips, all backed by science, that will increase well-being and happiness in a month. And they come on a little stand, and there's all the cards you can put on your desk or on your bedside table, because we know everything. It's not like it's ingenious.
Right.
So revolutionary in the card set. You know them. So remind yourself to do it, and then hopefully after 1 month, you're super duper happy.
But these cards that you've created, I think, are a great visual reminder, because I think most people need that kind of visual reminders. You know what I mean? So having it there, and it has a nice stand as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Bye. Sold.
Where's the one with the chocolate cake? There's no card with chocolate cake here.
But you know what,
I'll make one
Shireena.
especially for you, okay?
make that new card. Yes, that makes it legit. So I have to say that what I'm gathering from you is, number one, happiness is within our control, and two, take ownership for it. You know, that you mentioned about how people are like, oh, they're happy, I'm not, and they feel like someone else has to make me happy or something else has to make me happy. So
be
now,
responsible for your own happiness.
Okay, I really like that. So right now, guys, Brightsiders, come and join us. We're going to head on to Facebook Live, facebook.com/1FM913, and we just want to remind everyone, just by chiming in, you got questions for Shireena about getting to happy, it might just win you a $100 shopping voucher from As Intended. And I gotta say, when you wear the clothes from As Intended, they're gonna make you happy.
For sure.
Because one thing, all right, you don't even have to iron the clothes. Hello.
Oh man, that makes me happy.
Shireena will tell you all about it. And remember, guys, as we go on to Facebook Live, we're going to find out some of these secrets that Shireena might reveal about Shehzad from their years of friendship.
Oh my
yeah, come and join us. Come and join us.
The Bright Side with Carol, Lavinia, and Shehzad on 1FM.
Very good morning, guys. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
I wouldn't be surprised if all the questions are about Shehzad, actually. Hey, but Shireena, is it fair to say that we should be scheduling happy?
I think you have to be intentional about what you do every day. So scheduling it, but being intentional. So, when we talk about intention setting, actually, I love that. Right?
Yeah.
Someone said to me, I don't know what my 1-year intention or 5-year intention. I said, God, I don't even know what I'm going to eat for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's not make it so big and
I
complicated.
think that can be quite off-putting. Yeah, very daunting.
Very, right? So it's more like intention setting. So one of the cards in the adult set is set an intention every morning. So before you wake up. So, before you touch your phone, take a few deep breaths and set an intention for the most awesome part of your day. So today mine was, go on 91.3 and have a great time, have fun. It could be that you have a really difficult meeting at work and you need to, set an intention to give it your everything when you get there. Right. It could be to finish work and get to your kids and be present and have fun with them. Yep. Set an intention. Make it small. Make it bite-sized, not 1 year, 5 years, because that could be daunting.
Yeah.
So
just very quickly, we've mentioned cards here. We're gonna talk about these cards in a while. Okay, so if you're wondering what these cards are about, we'll go into that in a bit. So Shireena's got these wonderful cards that help you set your path, right, to happiness. Okay.
Remind you,
Okay.
I really, really like it, especially this one. I picked this out because it's got one of my favorite things, this nice hot cup of coffee. And this comes from the pack for new moms. No, but I think the advice also applies to old moms like myself. I have 3 boys. You would think I would get it by now, but no, man.
Or is it Cup of Joy?
Yeah. Cup of Joy is the same one?
Yes.
Yeah. Mine is Actual Joy. This makes me thirsty for coffee right now. And then you turn around and it says, yes, enjoy that hot cup of coffee before it turns cold. No, I'm just making it up. Didn't you realize that you're a mom as well, right? It's been a while since I've enjoyed a hot cup of coffee.
But intentional, right? Like when I make my coffee now, I'm like, don't talk to me. Don't pick up my phone. Don't harass me. Give me 5 minutes. It's just 5 minutes or 2 minutes.
Lock yourself in the dog cage. In the dog pen.
But no, she sent me this really good meme, Carol, of this mom who's sitting in the dog cage, right? It's really a cage, and she's reading a book, enjoying a hot cup of coffee, and her dog and her kid are all outside looking in and like, oh, how do we disrupt that? No way.
And mom is like, I finally figured out what this is for and how it works. I go inside, they stay outside.
But Lavinia, during COVID, I had moms who would go in the closet to meditate, or they would go into
seriously.
Yeah, because they needed to have their own time and space. And you only could go into your wardrobe area or your bathroom. They were doing that. You need your space and your time. You don't need 2 hours in there, but you might need 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
Well, if
Shehzad already does that.
Yeah.
No, I go into the closet.
I need my after show here on the Bright Side. I need some alone time.
So Shehzad for a long time now.
Very long.
So what is it about this guy?
Why are we deviating? What? I thought we were talking about staying happy. I'm intending this to be something very different from what's going on right now. But listen.
Yes, we're talking about closet, right? Get those skeletons out.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. But Lavi, you want to know about motherhood.
I do. I have to say that 3 kids on, I'm still struggling with it. I don't really know what I'm doing. Everything is kind of new, right? You know. So I wish I had known about these cards back then, and we are definitely going to be telling you guys about it, showing you about this. I really like how it is, because sometimes we just need that visual reminder. And then when you read it to the back, we'll leave Shireena to tell us more about it as we head back onto 1FM Live and hear all about it. They're really beautiful. You designed all of them?
I had a designer had someone do all the creative
but
work.
all the words,
Yeah.
and this is all backed by research, as
Exactly.
you said.
It's not my research. It's all available out there, but I just wanted to put it down into a simple way.
All right, here we go. Join us on the Brightside on 1FM. Hope you enjoyed that great track here on the Brightside. That was
Midnight Star
with Midas Touch. And I think someone who does have the Midas Touch is Shireena. Yes, in helping us all to get to happy. So you've actually created these happiness cards. Is that what you call them? Happiness cards? There are 3 different packs, right?
Yes, so
Tell us more about it.
Sure. So we have an adult set. We have one for kids. So you can leave, these card sets on your kid's bedside table or on their desk. So, once I had a mom who told me their son had kept it on his desk and he was being bullied in school. And one of the kids' cards has, one of the cards was, there's, tomorrow's a new day. And it kind of gave him hope that, after being bullied, like, tomorrow's a new day.
I love that.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
fantastic.
It was so cute. And the mom said that it was that specific card. It just sat there on his desk as a reminder. So, we have the kids card set, which is just gorgeous and wonderful. And then we have one for new moms. I do a lot of work with moms who are pregnant and then returning back into the workforce.
Oh, it's a huge shift.
It's
Huge shift.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard. So, I coach them as a life coach.
Okay.
And then I just specialize in, helping them reintegrate back and have those difficult conversations about coming back to work and leaving their babies.
That is really interesting because I think a lot of people take for granted, the dads and the moms, the new dads and moms, that, it is really quite daunting and that it's okay to get help because you shouldn't have to tackle it on your own. Everyone assumes that I have to because, centuries on, every family, every parent does that, right? So I want to ask, how did you get into maternity coaching?
It kind of came about, well, firstly, I had such a difficult journey myself. Getting pregnant. I had IVF. I was told when I was in my early 20s that I could never get pregnant naturally.
Yeah.
So I was, one of the first people, as Shehzad knows, in our friend group to get pregnant. And everyone's dancing on tables. Nobody really cared that I was, going to the doctor and getting injected and, going through IVF. And it was kind of where I started to first realize that I had to be really grateful and see the silver lining and that I could and I had the chance to do IVF versus someone's like, man, so sad you have to do IVF. I said, but I get to do IVF. I'm so lucky. And I had to kind of coach myself through this. And then once I had my daughter Lara, I continued this gratitude practice, and I would say 3 things I was grateful for every day when I put her to bed. She continues this practice as she started to learn how to speak, and my son, we do it as a family, once a week. We do it every night before going to bed, and it's life changing.
I want you tucking me in every night. I'll just get all warm and fuzzy. I want Shireena tucking me in. She tuck all of us in.
So on the topic of maternity coaching, what does that entail for someone who comes to you?
Well, it's always, so it's externally from the company, to come in and talk to the women who are getting pregnant one-on-one. And so they get pregnant and then they go on leave and it's euphoric and wonderful. They have their baby and then it's that countdown to the first day back at work. And most of the time, these women want to work. They enjoy their jobs, but they leave because they don't feel like they got, supported in the company. They don't feel like they could have those difficult conversations with perhaps line managers or bosses who were perhaps male or not parents. And it's really about understanding, number one, what do you want as a new mom? What do you need? What's a non-negotiable? And what does work-life balance look like for you realistically? Things change. And, a mom reached out, a few months ago and she said, what, I don't know if I can go back to work today or tomorrow. I'm going to miss out on all the milestones. The first walk, the first step, the first bite of food. I said, there are milestones every single day of your child's life. There is a test, there is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there is a sad moment, there is a bullying incident, whatever it may be. There are things that are going to happen every day, not just while they're, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. There are milestones every day. So don't put that pressure that you're going to miss out.
I totally agree with you. And also, isn't there sometimes a sense of guilt? Mums feel guilty.
So guilty.
Mom guilt is real.
Yeah. How do you say, kind of like alleviate that or assuage that to say it's okay to go back to it. You don't have to feel bad about it.
Well, it's also, absolutely. I mean, mom guilt is very real. And okay to acknowledge it. You're going
Right.
to feel guilty. It's all right. But what are your kids getting from you being a working mom? You know, what does your family get by you being a working
There's
mom?
an end game
What do
to
you
that.
get
Right.
by being a... So how do we, alleviate a bit of that guilt and, put some awesomeness back to like being a working mom? Like, you have these great kids. It's tough. It's really tough to be going to work and then also looking after your home or your children and what they're going through, and they're being sick and getting back on calls at night because you had to leave the office early for one of your kids at school performance. It takes time and effort and juggling. Good for you. Good on you.
Oh, I like how so you kind of spin it like acknowledge the achievements out of the situation, and that will help alleviate the guilt that you might be feeling. And I would say, there's this whole movement about JOMO, the joy of missing out. It's okay, like you said, there are many, many milestones.
Yes.
There's a JOMO. No.
There is joy of missing out. Yeah,
There really is.
yeah. That allows you to just stay at home and Netflix the whole day.
That actually sounds amazing.
See?
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to talk some more with Shireena on our Facebook Live. Come and join us.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, man.
Alun wants to let us
Yeah.
all know I'll be happy once I get some dirt on Shehzad. So let's go back to the focus of this
I
conversation
like how
this
this
morning.
keeps coming back. What is going on here?
We said we were
Good
friends.
morning,
Sharon.
Alun.
Let's just say that our Brightsiders are a little obsessed with you.
We,
you know?
we, we,
Yes.
we talked about dancing on tables earlier. We leave it at that.
Okay.
Ooh,
Alrighty.
Shehzad, yeah.
No, I do remember when Shireena's husband also had to be part of the IVF thing. We kind of corrupted him a bit.
Thank you,
a couple
Shez.
times.
How
Remember that?
do you corrupt someone?
Well, he had to do
What?
tests in the morning, and we're like, nah, you stay a bit longer. Don't worry about it.
Ah, you are the naughty one. Ah.
But he didn't. He was pretty disciplined. Okay, she's not saying anything.
Yes, he was.
This is why she had to come up with the cards. Picture perfect, not always.
Yeah, sometimes we need that sort of... Yeah.
Relationship repair. Yeah. See, Shehzad?
that
Is that
Maybe that was
Shehzad's face
inspired
on
by
it?
you.
Yeah.
Shehzad's face is on it. Oh, yeah, that is Shehzad.
I'm seeing a vase in the middle. I don't know what you're seeing.
Shehzad.
Ooh, what's
Right?
going on in your
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to say good morning to Linda Dion, Jermaine Yap, who says, LOL, poor Shehzad.
Correct.
And,
Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you.
Okay.
Bit of sympathy.
Well, Shireena, this is all very inspiring as your journey. So what is the magic? How do you balance being a mom
Yeah.
and work all at the same time? Plus, you're also an image consultant, right? That's a lot of things, a lot of hats that you're wearing. What is the main superpower you say that gets you through the day?
I'm a super planner.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I
wow.
just maximize every hour of the day, doing things for myself, sacrificing what I don't think is as important,
Okay.
putting it off till tomorrow, not getting super stressed out. I believe in being imperfect. So I'm super imperfect.
I like that.
I hate everything having to be in this, all the ducks in the row. Just do it. Just get on with it. Give it your best shot. Don't be afraid to fail. Actually, talking about that, in the kids set, my favorite card is do something brave from the kids set, which Shehzad has. Do something brave. Like even for kids, they're so afraid to fail. Go
Yeah.
and do something
that's
brave
true.
every day. Even
That's
if you make a mistake, nothing's going to happen.
So what, right?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So, kids are not encouraged all the time to just go out and be brave. So, I believe in just going out and doing what I have to do. Maybe it's not perfect, but
Nice.
schedule it, plan it, and do it.
Wow.
Already I'm picking up tips on how we can get to happy from what you've just shared. Be imperfect. Planning also helps because it's more about that idea of prioritizing,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
You have to be honest with yourself what really is important. And I need to pick up, can I buy that pack of the ones for kids? Because I think it's great. It gets conversations going, important ones which I don't really think about because I'm just so busy. I just want to tuck them in bed and like, good night. And but now I can like see myself, okay, let's look at one of the cards and hopefully that will give a platform for my kids to just have a conversation with me about these important issues.
Correct. And they might need you for some and they might not need you for some, but, they can always get supported and, read the text behind it to kind of figure it out themselves.
We're going to head back on air, so come and join us at 1FM 91.3. We're going to talk about the actual tips on what we can do each and every day to really get to happy. Come and join us.
BB Mac here with Back Here, and that's where you are. Here, 1FM 91.3, Good Times, Greatest Hits. We're talking to Shireena Manchharam, a life coach, and the Getting to Happy movement. And Shireena, you've also worked with kids who are unhappy, overwhelmed. They can't cope sometimes and don't have simple tools to regulate. That's something that's kind of close to my heart with my little son, of course, as you know, struggles to regulate at times. But, tell us about dealing with these kids and how do we help them?
And I think that as parents, we want to help our kids and we want to support them and save them. But we also have to be really good examples to our kids.
Right.
Often parents come to me and they say, I need my kid to self-regulate better. I need them to go to sleep earlier. And I think, okay, and I always ask, I say, what do you do as a parent? If you're staying up all night and you're telling your kid to go to bed early, they're watching that and they're they're seeing that too.
Shehzad?
So everything that I kind of
very much so.
Everything that you tell your kids, you got to do. So for me, I do that. So if I tell them, and I believe in meditation.
Sure.
Not from got to wear your Lululemon, go to yoga studio and do it. But
and if that's your thing, that's okay.
That's okay. But meditation from a science point of view, that it changes your brain structure. So if we actually know the science behind it, maybe we can help regulate, right? So I tell my kids that if I'm going to do it to be a better person, then you can do it too, because you're going to need to self-regulate. So we do it as right before dinner, 5 minutes before having dinner, on my bed, and we'll just sit there or lie there or, just be comfortable and meditate. So being a good example is important. I think exercise for kids, having a purpose, talking to your kids, asking them what they want to be. Again, being imperfect, let them try things. There's so many things kids can do, and, compliment your kids. Having kids learn to compliment others, saying thank you, writing letters. Old school way of saying thank you. I'm like, who can you say thank you to today, guys? Find someone, say thank you, compliment someone from your heart, like big thank yous and big compliments.
I love that. Gratitude.
Yeah,
so important. Thank you so much for bringing along these cards. I'm just wondering, for someone who doesn't have access to these cards just yet, what are some things they can do each day to be happier?
So like I said earlier, gratitude is the most life-changing thing ever. So I would say that if you don't have children, practice before you go to bed at night. And I'll always ask people, I'll say, are you a grateful person? They go, yeah, I'm super grateful. I'm like, do you practice gratitude? And
so what does that mean?
No. Yeah. Exactly, right? So the act of actually practicing it, saying it out loud, acknowledging what you're grateful for every day, that's practicing gratitude. So if you don't have kids and you're just, you go to bed at night, right before you sleep, think about 3 things from your day that were awesome. There'll always be a crappy day. There'll always be a bad day. That's normal. Okay, acknowledge it, accept it, preempt it. But there's always wonderful things. So acknowledge 3 things. You can write it down. You can journal, but you also don't have to make it overly complicated and do that. Acknowledge it and go to bed.
In other words, always look on the bright side.
See what you did there, Shehzad. Good one.
Just had to put that in there.
And then if you have kids, before you put them to bed, share your 3 things and have them share 3 things. So again, you have to get into the habit of doing it and sharing it with them, and they'll eventually do it. So even if your kids have the worst days, my kids have bad days all the time, they'll go to bed with the best things that happen.
That's what's the last thing that they...
Yes.
Okay.
It improves, the quality of sleep. Puts your mind in a positive place. So even in the worst days, you end with the best, because there'll always be something awesome. My kids will be like, oh, we had spaghetti bolognese for lunch today in school. Oh, that's cool. You could have something worse, I'm sure. This is great.
That's true.
Or whatever it may be.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
it's
easy.
lovely.
Yeah,
Gratitude
I really
awesome.
love this. But maybe just very quickly as we wrap up, you wanted to share one special card from one of these very special decks, the one for moms, new moms, right?
Yeah.
What will that be?
So my favorite card in the new mom deck is that there's no such thing as a perfect mom.
Oh,
There really isn't. No one's better than anybody else.
And you know what? Moms do need to be told that.
Yes.
All moms like myself. Sounds so bad, I say old mom. But all moms need to be told that, that it's okay not to be okay and to be imperfect. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I really, and before social media, we would only be able to compare ourselves to our own mothers or our own grandmothers back in the day, decades ago. And now you're comparing yourself to every other woman every other mom on social media, ones that you know, ones you don't know. And it's just unrealistic. You and your baby are unique. And there's no such thing as a perfect mom. You're as perfect as can be.
Yeah, or you can actually just message them and say like, hey, would you like my kid? No? Okay, just kidding. But thank you so much, Shireena. So I've got my eye on the one for kids. I definitely want to try that one out with my kids. It's a great set of cards. How can we get hold of this or get in
tell
touch
us about
with
where
you?
you can get these.
Sure, you can go to gettingtohappy.sg and we have the 3 box sets available. They're all $50 each and we'll send it to you right away.
And if they want to reach out to you on social media?
Gettingtohappy.sg.
Okay, perfect.
I love that. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us here
Thank you,
on
Shireena.
The Bright
Thanks for having me,
Side.
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good times. Greatest hits. 1FM.